Hello everyone, myself Pankaj. Welcome to Being Fishco. In this video, we are going to discuss 200 MCQs related to biology of finfish and shellfish. So it will play a very important role for your ICR exam as well as fishes related other competitive exam. So let's begin. First question, which of the following is euryphagic fish? So the correct answer will be Clarius batricus. What is the primary food of silver carp? So it is phytoplankton. The term nekton refers to, so it refers to actively swimming organism. Which fish is a known detritivore? So the correct answer will be Muselcephalus. Which structure in fish helps filter plankton from water? So the correct answer will be option C, that is gill rakers. A fish that feeds on mollusk is called, so they are known as malacovorous. What is the primary diet of Indian oil sardine? So it is diatoms. Cannibalism is seen in, so the correct answer will be Latus calcifer. Fish that feed both on plants and animals are called, so they are called omnivorous fishes. Which of the following is a bottom feeder? So it is mrigal. Which structure is often absent in plankton feeders? So the answer will be teeth. Which of the following is a primary factor influencing feeding intensity? So the answer will be season. Feeding periodicity in deep sea fishes is, so it is every 4 to 6 days. Catfishes are mainly, so they are mainly night feeders. What type of mouth adaptation do butterfly fishes have? So the answer will be tubular and elongated. Lepidophagus fishes are known to feed on, so they are known to feed on fish scales. Which fish has grinding mulariform teeth? So they are Cyanidae. They belong to the family Cyanids. Cyanidae. How do food suckers obtain their food? So the correct answer will be by suction. Which of the following fish is an omnivore? So the answer will be Cyprinus carpio, that is common carp. Feeding in herbivorous fish is generally, so it is continuous. Indian mackerel feeds predominantly on, so it is on zooplankton. Parrotfish feeds mainly on, so that is coral polyps. Which of the following is a parasitic feeder? So the answer will be lamprey. The presence of long and coiled intestine is a feature of, so it is a feature of herbivorous fishes. The taste buds in fish are found on, so they are found on barbels and lips. What kind of stomach is typical in piscivorous? So it is elongated stomach. Which fish feeds on copepods and ascites? So it is anchovy. The beak-like mouth of trumpet fish is an adaptation for, so it is adaptation for sucking prey. Detritus is rich in, so it is rich in microbial flora. A stenophagic fish, that is feeds on limited type of food. Which one is a carnivore among shellfishes? So it is X. Hippolystroma ancirostris. Among cephalopods, feeding intensity decreases during, so it decreases during spawning season. The mouth of a food strainer is characterized by, so it is characterized by numerous gill rakers. Feeding adaptations are related to, so they are related to mouth, teeth and digestive tract. The volumetric method of gut content analysis is proposed by, so it is proposed by Heinz. Which method involves counting the number of stomach in which a food item occurs? So the answer will be occurrence method. A fish with cardiform teeth most likely feeds on, so it feeds on small prey. Which fish feeding category prefers both phyto and zooplankton? So it is planktivore. Mrigal feeds mainly on, so they feeds mainly on detritus. How do blind cave fishes detect food? So it is by scent and lateral line. The stomach in gizzard shades is So it is muscular and grinding. The gonadotrophic index GSI is inversely related to, gastrosomatic index. Feeding in pelagic side feeders is mainly during, so it is daytime. Cutla is categorized as, surface zooplankton feeder. What is the full form of IRI in gut content analysis? So it is index of relative importance. Food item selection in fish is controlled primarily by, sensory structures in mouth. Which of the following is used in fish gut content preservation? So it is formalin. Feeding by plucking scales is called, so it is lepidophagy. What is the mode of feeding in lamprey? So it is parasitic. Labiorota is an example of, so they are herbivore. Which type of feeders feed on both plant and animal origin detritus? So they are detritivores. Which species feeds mainly on phytoplankton and indicates coastal abundance? So it is Sardinella longiceps. What feeding type is shown by goatfishes? So that is carnivorous. Which fish category exhibit acute olfaction and gustatory sensation for food detection? So the answer will be night feeders. The gut content analysis provide insight into, so that is feeding habits. Which fish is a surface feeder? So the answer will be silver carp. In numerical method of gut content analysis, percentage is based on, so it is based on total food organism. Shrimp presence in stomach is calculated as, so it is calculated by weight percentage, volume ratio as well as frequency of occurrence. All of the above will be the correct answer. Which fish has no true stomach? So it is Labiorota. Which is characteristic of grazers? So the answer will be plucking incisors. Feeding behavior involving cuffing is used for, so it is used for rejecting unwanted food. Feeding intensity is measured based on, so it is measured based on stomach fullness. The accessory sexual structure in male live bearer is, so it is gonopodium. In gastrosomatic index, the numerator is, so it is stomach weight. What feeding method includes estimation by visual scoring? So the answer will be points method. Indian white prawn primarily feeds on, so they feeds on detritus and polychaetes. Maturity stage where eggs are hydrated but don't run on pressure, so it is ripe. Ribbon fish are, so they are carnivorous. The role of gill rakers in plankton feeder is filtering water. Shellfishes like lobsters prefer, that is mussels and clams. Feeding category of Bombay duck, so it is carnivorous and cannibalistic. Juveniles of pinnate shrimp feed primarily on detritus. Feeding structure in sturgeons include fleshy mobile lips. Which shrimp is highly predaceous? So answer will be X. hippolystoma and cirrostris. Silver bellies are mainly, so they are mainly zooplankton feeders. Pomfrey exhibits, so that exhibits diet variation with depth. What type of teeth help in cutting food? So it is incisors. What is the energy strategy of deep sea predators? So it is using lateral line to locate prey. Parasitic feeding in angler fish is seen in, so it is seen in juvenile males. Elasmobranchs are, so they are carnivorous and predaceous. Goatfish prey includes, so it includes crabs and shrimps. A fish that feeds by sight and touch is likely to have, so they are likely to have developed lateral line. Index that combines frequency, volume and number of food items. So the answer will be index of relative importance. Molluscan feeders show which kind of teeth? So it is molariform teeth. Pipe fishes feed by, so they feed by suction through tubular mouth. Among crabs, common feeding includes, so it is by small crustacean and mollusk. Lizard fish juveniles feed mainly on, so they feeds mainly on crustaceans and anchovies. The flatfish predominantly feeds on, so they feeds on cephalopods and fishes. Cyanids adult feeds on, so they feeds on fishes and mollusks. The index of preponderance is based on, so it is based on volume and frequency. In which group is cannibalism most common? So it is carnivores. Stimuli that affect internal feeding drive includes, so it includes light intensity. Cephalopods often feed on, so they often feeds on crustaceans and fishes. What is the fish gut content analysis method based on weight? So it is gravimetric. Herbivorous fishes consume more food because plant matter has less protein. Upper jaw in half beak is, so it is smaller. Function of Leydig cell produce testosterone. Most filter feeders rely on size based filtration. What is the typical stomach in omnivorous fishes? So it is sac like. Which unit is primarily used for age and growth studies in fishes? So the answer will be von Bertalanffy growth function. Which method is most suitable for assessing gut content in herbivorous fishes? So it is volumetric method. Point in point methods are allotted based on, so it is allotted based on fullness and relative content. Which is a qualitative method of gut content analysis? So it is identification of taxa. Which method involves drying food item at 60 to 80 degrees Celsius? So it includes gravimetric method, that is by dry weight. The structure used for suction feeding in lampreys, so it is suctorial mouth. What does gastrosomatic index indicate in fishes? So it indicates feeding intensity. What index helps determine the most dominant food item? So it is all of the above. Feeding category of sardines, so it is filter feeder. Occurrence method of gut analysis was proposed by, so it was proposed by Heinz. What food item has the highest IRI if it has high frequency and volume? So it is most dominant item. Growth in fishes refers to, so it refers to size and weight increment. Annuli on fish scale indicate, so it indicates annual growth. Otoliths used for age determination includes, so it includes Lapillus sagitta astricus. Von Bertalanffy equation is used to estimate fish growth. The parameter L infinite in VVGF represents, so it represents asymptomatic length. What is the main drawback of tagging method? So it is that recovery rate is low. Opercular bones are used in, so it is used in age and growth study. Which otolith is largest and mostly used? So it will be sagitta. Which growth method is best for crustaceans? So it is length frequency method. Scales used for growth studies are taken from, so they are taken from dorsal fin lateral line area. Sexual dimorphism in fishes refers to, so it refers to external sex difference. Protogynous hermaphrodites show, so they show female to male transition. An example of parthenogenetic fish, so it is Poecilia formosa. Gonopodium is a modification of, so it is a modification of anal fin. Which hormone is secreted by Leydig cell? So it is testosterone. The female reproductive process of egg formation is, so it is oogenesis. Courtship in fishes involves, so it involves all that is color change and fighting, nest building and mate attraction. In viviparous fishes, eggs hatch inside. Spermation refers to, so it refers to release of sperm into sperm duct. A fish that spawns once and dies is termed as, so they are termed as semiparous. Maturation is defined as, so it is defined as cyclic changes leading to ripe gonads. Fish maturity stage indicate, so it indicates ripeness of gonads. Ovulation refers to, so it refers to release of ova into oviduct. A fish with testis that runs on slight pressure is in, so they are in running stage. What characterizes the post-spawning stage? So it is gonad recovery. Claspers are found in, so they are found in male elasmobranch. Nuptial tubercles are seen in, so they are seen in common carp. During spawning, which indicator is low? So it is gastrosomatic index. In swordtail, males which fin is elongated. So it will be caudal fin. Which term describes first time spawner fish? So the answer will be first maturity. Lateral line is involved in, so they are involved in pressure detection. The digestive tract in herbivorous fishes, so it is long and coiled. Deep sea predators often locate prey using, so they locate prey using lateral line and smell. Which of the following species is larvivore? So it is Gambusia appenis. Epibrachial organ helps in, so they helps in filtering food. Which is not a category of plankton? So it will be option C, that is necton. Suctorial lips are adaptation for, so it is adaptation for bottom feeding. Shrimp consumption by fish is highest in, so it is highest by carnivorous fishes. High metabolic rate in tropical fishes leads to, so it leads to increased food intake. Fish that show feeding variation, so the answer will be deep sea fishes. So that's all for this video. In this we discussed 150 MCQs. Again I will be uploading part 2 for this because it contains lots of questions. So for this video it will be 150 questions only. Stay tuned for more such videos related to other courses of fisheries science, and keep sharing with your friends whosoever is preparing for fisheries related exams. Thank you for watching.